All right, and I'm live. All right. Hi, everybody. So today I have had a lot of, and actually just really quick, I'm just really quick going to share this in the group so everybody knows that I am actually, in fact, live. Um, dun, 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 dun. 1 second. Okay, so I have had a lot of questions about Outschool, and I wanted to make sure that I had all like a time where I could come on here and answer all of your questions about applying for Outschool. So everybody is like Outschool is not available to everybody everywhere. And it does only, you do only teach students on Outschool. So this is going to be just like a quick walkthrough breakdown of who can apply for Outschool, what you can teach, how to go through the application process. And I'm going to be answering any questions that you have as we go through this. Hi, Patrice. So if you're in here, just pop me a little hello here so I can see who you are and what we've got going on here. So I'm really excited. I've been working with Outschool since 2020, June or July of 2020, I think. I had some issues back in, I did not think that I would want to create my own material. I didn't think that Outschool was going to be something that I was interested in, to be completely honest. But then I think it was in like June of 2020, I slept in. I had some absences with Palefish, and if you saw my other video where like I had been removed from the official kids course program for like they say for a month, but it's really for 2 weeks. I realized that I had to do something where I could still have an income and still, provide for my family. And I decided to try Outschool out. And being removed from the official kids course program with Palefish was like seriously the best thing that could ever happen to me, because otherwise I would have never taken the initiative to learn about Outschool. And it has completely changed my teaching trajectory, I guess. It has completely changed everything because I no longer have to work Beijing time hours. There's more flexibility. I can teach what I want to teach, who I want to teach, when I want to teach, charge the prices that I want to charge. And it was a huge shift going from the Chinese marketplace and having all of my classes created for me to making my own thing work, basically. So I'm going to go in here and show you, and I've got a little slideshow that I did here for you guys here. So the countries that are accepted you're going to have the United States, and that includes California. I know that there were some things going on with California before where you independent contractors are not always accepted, but you can work there if you're in California, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, the thing with this is it doesn't go off of like your passport or off of nationality or anything like that. It's where you live. So if you are living in China or living in South Africa, but you have a United States passport, it doesn't work like the other countries do, or the other companies do. So it goes off of where you live. So right now, if you live in one of those countries, and if you're in here, just pop in the chat, like, where are you coming in from? I know that I have a lot of South African residents within my like Facebook group, especially. I think the majority of my YouTube subscribers are from the United States, but let me know where you live here. Because if you're in one of these countries, it does apply to you. If you are not in one of these countries, then make sure that you're subscribed, because I do have a live that I'm going to be doing on Friday that's going to tell you some more options. It's like Outschool, but you can work you can live anywhere and work there. So those are the residency requirements. And the reason for it is because they want to make sure that you can pass the background check. They go through Checker, and according to Outschool, Checker will only work with whatever background check they're using. It is through Checker, but whatever they're doing, it only works on or with these countries. So it has to do with the laws of the countries. But they don't care what your nationality is. They just care where you live because of the background checks. So your requirements, you do not need a degree. You do not need a certification. So if you have a TEFL, CELTA certification or teaching degree or anything like that, by all means, you can use it, but you do not need to have one in order to apply and be accepted. You have to be 18 years or older. You have to pass a background check, which is done through Checker. You have to have an expertise or passion for your classes. So whatever you're teaching, you need to know about, be passionate about, know what you're teaching. You've got to have a good internet speed, and you have to be able to read and speak English. And the reason for this, even though they do have Chinese, Japanese, Russian, like anything that you want to teach, you can teach on there. So if you're a Russian teacher, you can teach Russian, but you do have to be able to speak and read English. And that's because this is an American company and everybody there is English speaking. So all of your communications, everything that you need to know, all the facts and everything, they're going to be in English. But if you're listening to this and understanding me, then I'm going to guess that that's not really an issue, right? Okay, so who are you going to teach? You can teach students that are 18 and under. I have taught students as young as 4, and no, I've taught students as young as 3 actually. And like my students, I think the oldest student I've ever had was 13, but generally speaking, my like ideal student, my niche, that is for students that are like 7 to 9 years old. You can teach groups of students, or you can teach one-on-one classes. You are going to set the number of students per class, the price per students, what you're going to teach, exactly, everything that, you get to make all of those rules. Excuse me. You guys hear that in the background? We got a loud mouth back there. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you are in full control of all of that. Excuse me. That's Aria saying hello. That's okay. So that's Aria saying hello. I need to go to the vet and have my lady surgery. Okay, so what are you going to teach? So you are going to design your classes, set your price. Excuse me. Shh. You're going to design your classes, set your price, the times when you're going to teach, how many students per class. Outschool is going to take 30% of your income per class. So if you're teaching if you're teaching and you're setting it for $10 per class, you are going to be making $7 per class per student, right? So it's not $10 an hour, it's not $7 an hour that I'm talking about. This is per student that enrolls, and you're going to be paid 8 days after each class via PayPal, with the exception of weekly classes. So if you have a set class that's like every Monday at 2:00, you're going to teach this. You're going to be paid on Sundays. So I prefer to teach weekly classes. It has a higher retention rate. Your students are automatically enrolled and billed every Sunday, and then you are automatically paid every Sunday for the students that were coming in. So 8 days after each class via PayPal, with the exception of your weekly classes. Those classes you will be paid for on Sundays. So for the majority of Outschool teachers, Sunday is your big payday. That's when you get all of your stuff that comes in. As far as why is there a 30% fee? So this fee is going to cover their websites, their teaching the hosting, it's taught on Zoom. So it's going to cover like that. You know how you can usually have like 40-minute Zoom meetings? It covers that. So you don't have to get like an upgraded Zoom package. Using their brand name because they have a lot of students. Facebook ads. I should also add Instagram ads and their Google ads, YouTube ads, all of the ads that they're actually advertising your courses. So when you start going, if you start visiting, you go on your phone and you start visiting some Outschool classes, you're going to start seeing Outschool things come up in your newsfeed for advertised classes, things that they think that might, that you might be interested in. So they're actually going to be doing advertising for you as well. And they have a lot of students. I think the last time I checked, it was like 900 something thousand students that they had on the platform. And these students are from all over the world. And if you have any questions, pop them in here and I will answer your questions. So if you've got anything that you want to know, put it in the chat, in the discussion there, or in the comments, whatever you call it, and I'll make sure that I address your questions too. But I've taught students in America. There's a lot of California students. I have taught students in Australia, in Canada, in Africa, the UK, various countries in South America, Mexico. Like, I've taught students in China and Korea. South Korea, there is a big push in South Korea right now. And even before that big push, I had a lot of ESL students. It really depends on the time that you are making your classes. So, for example, my classes that are set, my English classes that are set for like 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, those classes, I'm going to get a lot of students from South Korea, generally speaking. But as far as like when you're booking, it's really going to depend on like who you're teaching, what you're teaching, and what slots you have open. They do have, I'll get into it too, but they do have a way for you can see the peak booking times, but it might vary depending on, what you have. So this is an example of an Outschool ad. So they'll put and this is a class I don't even offer, but this was one of my classes that I had at one point in time when I started. And this was not a weekly class. It was a class that was set up for a 4-week class and then they're done. But you can see it shows your picture. It shows, a rating system. It encourages them to sign up, and there's a link there for them to sign up. Now, if you share your class and you use a referral link for it, then you're also going to get the student will get a free lesson and you'll get paid for it, and you will also get like a free lesson for your kids too. So if you use the referral link, make sure that if you're referring people to it, you're going to use your own referral link. Okay. So Sherry asked, do you know if art classes do well on Outschool? Yes, they do. They really do. Art classes are very popular. Make sure that you're like niche down and you know what the students are doing. I've also seen, as far as like one-time art classes, if you do like St. Patrick's Day is coming up, if you do like a St. Patrick's Day thing, or like an Easter thing, or like if you start marketing for like holiday art classes, for one-time holiday art classes, or well, this works for anything, and I do it for my English too, but if you start marketing like that, and start posting those up, those are going to get you a lot of students too by doing those. I apologize for my cat. Like, she's not listening to me when I tell her to be quiet. She has a vet appointment, but okay. So yes, art classes do well. You can literally teach anything. I mean, you can't really, politics are iffy, religion is iffy. You can't teach anything where there's like an agenda, as far as like I don't know how to explain. You can teach politics classes, but you have to be able to prove that they're not biased. I know my cat. She's been quiet like And then just now she decided she had to be loud. But as long as you don't have like, I don't know, like history and politics and religion, those are, they have to be coming from like a non-biased place, and you have to prove that you're teaching them non-biased. But pretty much anything you can teach on Outschool, as long as, you know, you can back it up that it's not biased. And art classes are very popular. My kids have taken art classes actually in Outschool. They love them. Cooking, you do cooking classes, baking classes, knitting, crocheting, photography. One of my friends does photography class on Outschool, and she does really well. Um, uh, you can teach how to do YouTube. You could teach how to, you know, do coding, or, you know, like pretty much anything out in Outschool. It's pretty cool. So they also email, and this is an old slideshow, but it's the same thing. They also email parents to receive emails when they follow you. So on each of your classes, there's going to be a little heart there. Parents are automatically following you if they enroll in one of your classes, or if they click that heart. And the heart is kind of just like a Pinterest save, right? So it's like, okay, I want to follow this class. I like this. I'm not ready to register now, but I can click this little heart. And then this is a teacher that I've taken classes with before, or my students have taken classes with before. You could actually see it's an arts and crafts club. And I get an email that says, hey, Tabitha, the teacher that we took classes with, she has, so shout out to Tabitha if you're in here. I don't even know if you're in my group or not, but you know, Tabitha has listed some new classes. They'll get these marketing emails for any teacher that they follow. And if there are new classes, new bookings, new time slots, anything like that, Outschool is actually going to help you market your classes. What is the timeline at this point from applying to Outschool to actually being accepted? It's quick. So it really depends on if your application, and I'll get into the application part. It really depends on if your application is done correctly the first time. If your application is done correctly, you are going to be able to get in like the same day. If you, I mean, it's quick. It's very quick. It does depend, and it varies depending on how well you do your application. If you do not pass the first time, if you don't pass your application the first time, you're not accepted. It's not like, you know how with like Palefish or some of these other companies, like it's one and done. You have one chance to be accepted. And if you don't do it right the first time, you can't apply again. It's not like that. You can keep applying as many times as you want to. Like just keep resubmitting until you're accepted. But as long as it's aligned and you do everything the right way, then you will get in quickly. Now, this is old. This teacher has had way more. This is from, I think I did this in like 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure, the slideshow. So this teacher has had a lot more enrollments since then. But I just wanted to give you an idea of things that you can teach that you might not think that you can teach. So this is a very popular class, and you can see here, when I did this like a year or so ago, she had almost 2,000 learners in here. I'm just gonna look really quick and see. I'm gonna search for farts. I love this one because this class really shows that you can teach pretty much anything. So I'm just going to search for farts, and she has had 4,407 students. 4,407 students in this class. No, I'm sorry. No, she has 4,407 reviews. She has had 7,544 students in this class, and the price is actually now $15 per student. So this is old information, but it still applies. You can still kind of see how it works as far as that. But if you were to take this, like at this time, you had like 1,800 students to take in that class, that would be $22,000. minus the Outschool fees, that is like $15,000. And just to give an idea, like I had pulled up this one, she had 7 students enrolled. So after Outschool fees and everything, this one teacher for that one day had made a little less than $60 for a 45-minute class. So just to give you an idea of where you can go. And again, as you can see, this class has gotten a ton more. So right now, like, uh, let's see, February 24th, she's got it. There's, 4 enrollers at $15 now. So 15 times 4 times 70%. Wait, what am I doing here? 15 times 4 times 70%. It's like $42 for a 45-minute class for what she's, for that one class that I just picked out. So you can see, like, you can go up and down and it can vary. You can play with your prices and see what happens. But this is just one class. And if you find that one class works really good and, you have a lot of students that like this, you could make another class that's aligned to it. You could make a weekly class that, like a teacher like this could make a weekly class talking about, interesting or unique animals, because or disgusting animals or something, because that might be something that her students would be interested in. So just to kind of give you an idea, you can literally teach pretty much anything. So this was a class that I offered when I first started. It's a one-time class, and I don't typically, I don't offer this a lot anymore. I like my weekly classes, but I was doing it $10 a class, 30-minute classes. On July 15th, I had a sold out class. There were 9 students enrolled. So that's $90 for a half-hour class, minus the Outschool classes, or minus the Outschool fees. So the 30% Outschool fees, $63 for a 30-minute class. So after Outschool fees, you're making $126 for each sold out class. So just to give you an idea of what is possible. Now, are you going to make $163 an hour? Well, if all of your classes are sold out, yes. There are going to be some times where you might teach one student and sometimes where you have sold out classes. So it does average out to a different rate, but typically speaking, you are going to be making a lot more per hour with Outschool than you would like on a platform like Palfish. And that's actually why I stopped working for Palfish, which is really good because we all know where the Chinese companies went, right? This is my favorite class. Like you can see, it says new class here. This is a new class. I still teach this class. I have been teaching kids for over a year. I've had kids that have been in this class for over a year. When I first offered this class, it was $7 a week, 30 minutes. So like every Wednesday, see here, every Wednesday I had 6 students in this class. That is $42 per class minus your Outschool fees, is $29.40 for a half-hour class. So $58.80 an hour. When it sells out, you're looking at like $88.20 an hour. Again, I've changed this, and this is my most popular class right now. It's an ongoing class, and these weekly classes have like higher retention rates because they're automatically enrolled and they keep coming back. Okay. My nephew's interested in working for Outschool, but he's worried because he has a tattoos. Do you think this would be a problem? Nope. It's not going to be a problem. They are really good about everything. So my daughter is coming back from the store. She just walked to the store. So my dog might bark. I apologize for that. Because she's like, I see her outside the window now. So I'll apologize in advance. Just to give you an example of things that you can teach, I taught a life skills class on how to raise chickens. I have really niched down into English. So I don't teach this anymore, but you can teach pretty much anything. I told you he was going to bark. And you're going to also receive as a teacher, you're going to receive a weekly email with classes that students and or parents are requesting. So this was an example of a weekly email. So if you're going through here and you're like, oh, playing the mandolin and writing silly songs for a 14-year-old. Oh, okay. Well, I know how to play the mandolin. I can do that. Or that's like that's my niche. Writing and journalism, like that's something that I could do for a 12-year-old. Actually I do have classes for that. But if you're going through and you're like, okay, these students are looking for these classes, these are the requested classes. Some of these classes are being requested by students themselves. So you'll see things on there that are like, kind of like, what? That's like really weird or really specific. But there's also a feature where students can basically have an allowance. So their parents can set them up with an allowance. So it's like, okay, like I'm going to give my kid like $20 a week to enroll in whatever they want to enroll in. And the students can actually go through and enroll in their own classes with the allowance that their parent or guardian or whoever has them in Outschool gives them. So that's kind of cool too. That's a newer thing from when I made this. There are different classes. I know we talked about this a little bit, but you've got your one-time classes. Those would be like, you're just doing a one-time. I'm going to teach you the difference between there, and there. Okay. One time, one and they're done. You've got multi-day. So that would be like, I'm for the next 4 weeks for the month of July on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to be learning about dinosaurs or whatever. It's gonna be a dinosaur class. You could have your ongoing, those are my favorite ones. Your ongoing classes are, weekly. Every Tuesday at 4:00, we're going to do this. And you could just keep adding classes until you don't want to teach that time anymore. You can, like I said, I've had students in some classes that have been there for over a year. And then there is the flex schedule, the flexible schedule, your flex classes. Those you cannot teach until you've had reviews. And those are a little more complicated. They're not evergreen. You do have to, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not going to get into that, but just know that it's an option. When you go in, and this is not the most recent, this is not updated. You can see this was, okay, so 2020. So July of 2020 is when I made the slideshow. So this is not going to be the current peak times, but you can actually go in and look to see when parents are looking for classes. So right now, a lot of parents are looking for classes that are like after school times, weekend times, night times. There are a lot of homeschooled students and students in different time zones. So you can teach anytime you want to, pretty much. But if you want to see what your peak hours are, what your peak times are, you can come in here. All right. So Sherry asked, do teachers have to have a degree or a certificate? Nope. You do not have to have a degree or a certificate. If you have one, go for it and put it on there, but you don't have to have one. Okay. So this is the teacher application. And you're going to see, it says here that they're looking for teachers that have experience with young learners. They're experts in their areas. They can have creative and original class ideas. They're ready to provide customer service. So you will be able to talk. You can and should be talking to your students when they can email you. The students can email you and the parents can email you right on the, right through the website. So it's not like they don't have your email, but they can message you. So just basic things here, the tips, spelling, grammar, provide detailed information. I'm actually going to show you a little bit more than what they tell you here. So your application. So the first thing is going to be listing the experience that you have working with students. Whether it's paid and professional, volunteer, your personal life, if you worked for another company, if you've homeschooled your own kids, whatever you do. I'm actually on here, and I don't know if they've changed this. On here, it says, though I do not have formal teaching degrees. I'm going to encourage you not to write that, okay? And the reason for it is it's highlighting what you don't have, and you don't want to highlight what you don't have. You want to highlight your good parts, right? So even though it says that on there, you don't have, don't. The second is going to be listing, I have a hair on my face, listing any degrees, certifications, anything like that you have. And then the third one is going to be creating your own classes. What are you going to teach? Who are you going to teach? And what experience do you have in these subject areas? And then you're going to create a class description for a mock class. So your mock interview is going to be a short video of you teaching a class, but you're going to want to teach, you're going to want to create your class listing, basically. So a sample class listing and then a sample video. So your sample video where you're going to 3 to 5 minutes pretend to teach that class that you created. Now, are there certain times that are better for classes than others? It really depends. Who are you teaching? If you are teaching students that are in America, like if that's what your classes are geared for American students, then you don't want to have classes at 2:00 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So yes, there are going to be times, and you might want to play with this a little bit and see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. As you niche down and as you figure it out, you can figure out your schedule best. But you can also look and see what the peak hours are for all of Outschool. So when you create your application, I've worked with clients, like student coaching clients, who have gone through and applied and applied and applied and applied and applied and have not gotten accepted. The reason for this is you want to make sure, and it's perfect because today is 2/2/22 on Tuesday. That's perfectly aligned, right? So you're going to want your classes to be aligned as well. You want your application to be aligned as well. So if you have a PhD in theology, but you taught English on Palefish, and you're going to be teaching English on Outschool, your PhD is going to be the very last thing on your application, even though you worked really hard for it, and it does show a lot. In each section, you want the things that are most relevant to the class that you are teaching to come first. So if you have any questions about that, post them in the Facebook group and I can help you and walk you through it. But you want to make sure that your application is really aligned and that everything kind of matches up and makes sense with everything else. Does that make sense? So, and that's the biggest thing that I've had people not get accepted for. If you're teaching English, your TESOL certification is more relevant than your, experience as a cardiologist. And you just want to make sure that everything is aligned. So what is the Facebook group? Are you in the Facebook group? I'll put it here. The Facebook is called Online ESL Teachers Success and Support Group. That's just so this is the Facebook group. If you search this, you'll find it. I know it says ESL in it, but anybody is welcome to join it. Any online teachers or potential online teachers are welcome to join this Facebook group. And I'll help you out with, we'll answer questions and help you out with any applications that you have. There are a lot of Outschool teachers in there as well. And Outschool has a Facebook group as well for potential applicants. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but alignment. I had somebody that came into me, and she was one of my friend's referrals. So she wasn't a coaching client. She wasn't, she wasn't somebody that I referred. She was just one of my friend's referrals. My friend was trying to get her to pass this application. She applied like, I don't know, like 7 times or something. And every single time it was getting denied, getting denied, getting denied. And I said, let me see it. Like she had the experience, she had the knowledge, her class was good. Everything was good. It was just the order in which she put things and maybe some of the phrasing, like that, like thing on there where it says in the Outschool, like FAQ, it says, great, though I don't have a teaching degree. You don't have to put that. You don't put a focus, especially first thing, don't put a focus on what you don't have. You're selling yourself to them, right? That's what an application is. So you're going to focus on what is good, what is best, and what is aligned so that you can teach the students that you want to teach. So maybe you want to teach, maybe you want to teach math and science and history and, whatever. Just kind of pick one thing to align your application to. Once you're in, you can change what you're teaching. Once you're in, you can add other classes. And maybe you realize that your niche is actually in children's fitness and you want to offer fitness classes on there and not English classes. You can do that. You just got to get your foot in the door. So for your application, you're going to want to make sure that everything is fully aligned. All right. All right. How do you condense a 30-minute class into a 3 to 5 minute mock class for the application? You don't. You're just going to teach like 3 to 5 minutes of your class. It's just so that they can kind of see like your teaching style and your presence on camera. They can see how you like what you have to offer. It's just instead of when they first open and teachers first came in, it was hi, my name's Jillian. I want to apply for Outschool and this is what I'm going to be teaching. But now it's like just let me have a sample. What do you look like in your classroom? So you don't have to teach an entire 30-minute lesson in 5 minutes. When you teach or when you make this video, it is probably going to tell you that the video file is too large. You can record it right on their camera. Like you can click their camera and go to apply and just click and record your interview right there. But if you want to have a better quality or, be able to edit it, and have a better camera quality video, you can record it outside of the application and then upload it. When you do that, it's going to tell you that the file is too big. So I do have a video on my channel going over the Handbrake tool. So Handbrake is something that you can download and it will condense your videos and make your videos a smaller size so that they can actually fit into the application. So if you go and you record it, like I go and I record my video on my, YouTubing camera, or I record it like in the Zoom classroom, and then download it, it's going to be too big to add to the application. So then I'm just going to put it into Handbrake and it's going to convert it. And I've got another video. So if you need to do that, make sure you check out that video on my YouTube channel. I just did it like maybe a couple weeks ago that walks you through exactly how to do that. Okay. So I'm going to end this. If you want to apply, I've got the link in the description box so that you can go and apply. If you have any questions, you can pop them in here, whether you're watching the replay or if you're watching it like right now. Let me know if you have any questions. I will answer them. If you have not joined our Facebook group, make sure you come in and join our Facebook group. This is for all teachers, even if they're not ESL. We've grown to, it's like 8,400 plus members as of today, I think. So it's a decent sized Facebook group. You got a lot of support in there, and I'm in there every day. It's pretty much the only reason I go on Facebook is to go in there and check up with you guys. Oh, and another thing, should I mention this on here? I don't know. Nah, I'm not going to tell you guys about it yet. But I do, if you are an Outschool teacher or you do get into teaching and you want to know how to niche down and attract your students and make like $1,000 a week working part-time, I do have some webinars coming up. And I have the link for those. They're in my Instagram bio and in the group and in the community tab here on Facebook. I didn't put them in the description box, but I should have. So I do have webinars for this week. So the week of 2, where I'll walk you through exactly like how to niche down and how to like some marketing basics if you're interested in that. But I will see you guys all later. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you're subscribed. I do have another live that I'm doing on Friday where we're going to be talking about my cool class, and then another one on yes, $1,000 a week. I'm telling you. Think about it. I just told you $163 an hour. Okay. So $163,000 an hour if you were fully booked, working full time. After their percentage taken out, that's $4,564 a week if you're working full time with fully booked classes. Most people are not working full time with fully booked classes, but the potential is insane, and that's not even getting into your flex classes. So yes, it's a really, really good opportunity. All right. Any questions? Let me know. Drop them in the comment section. I hope to see some of you guys in the webinar that I have later on. I've got one today, and then I've got some throughout the week. So, and then Saturday we will be doing a live Q&A with the Teachers Pay Teachers seller who's going to walk us through how you can earn money creating materials for other people to buy. So that can be like residual income. You know, you create it and then get sales from it while you're helping other people out. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those. And I will see you guys all later. Bye, guys.